Stop going to the bakery and asking for milk. Is there a person in your life who you want milk from, but they only actually can give you baked goods? Like you're getting more angry and resentful and mad at them because you want milk, and yet they aren't giving it to you, and you feel like maybe they're unwilling. Listen, this dynamic can go on forever, and sometimes people are unwilling to give you what you want, and sometimes they are unable. But regardless, being with someone based on what you want from them and the potential of what you think they can give you is a dynamic that can go on forever. I mean, I've seen it with clients who have spent a lifetime revolving around someone else that they are waiting for to change. I am Dr. Dowdle Cina. I'm a clinical psychologist, and I'm an expert in trauma and attachment. I want to talk a little bit today about this idea of dating the fixer-upper, or dating someone based on their potential, or always dating an addict who you're waiting for to get sober. Now, what does this obsession with another person do for you? If you're always focused on someone else and you are obsessed with them changing, likely it's in part because you feel like they need to change in order for the relationship to work for you. Because as is, it doesn't work for you. And it gives you an ability to almost make excuses for their current behavior, because you're like, well, they did this thing, but they're gonna change, and it's gonna change. And so this present, or what's going on in reality now, is okay. I'm almost giving it a pass because it's going to change. That is not engaging in reality. That's engaging in this future fantasy that you don't actually have evidence of, that you are hoping for and falsely thinking that your control strategies of this other person are going to get you there. You say he's going to get sober or get that job, but he's been on the couch for 8 hours a day for the last year. So does he actually want to get that job or get sober, or is it just you? That is an important thing. Maybe he's been using his words to tell you he's going to do A, B, C, X, Y, Z, but there's no behaviors backing it up. Listen, words are easy, behavior is harder. You have to see that the change is happening in order to believe that that's a reality. Sometimes people are unwilling to change, and that's at times where resentment can come in, where you're like, I know you can do this, or you've done it before, so why don't you do it now? And sometimes people are incapable. Like, for real, if you think about going to a bakery and asking for milk when they only have baked goods, it doesn't make any sense. Let's say you've been wanting more emotional connection from a partner for a long time, and you've actually never gotten the emotional depth and connection that you want in that partnership, but you keep asking and you keep pushing and you keep bringing it up. Now, if you've never gotten it, there's no evidence to show you that this person can actually give you that. So that is then on you. You are looking to someone to give you milk when they don't got milk, when they only have baked goods, when they only have croissants. So if you start really thinking about what is reality versus what is this pie in the sky fantasy or thing that I want, not everybody can give you that. I am not saying just lower your standards and accept that this person can't give you what you want. I am saying, however, engaging with reality instead of fantasy is going to put you in a place of being empowered to make a decision based on facts, not based on this false illusion of what you think the future is going to bring you. Listen, if you accepted that someone was not going to change at all from the person that they are right now, would you want to be with them? Would you want to marry them? Would you want to stay in partnership with them? A lot of times when people come into my office, they're feeling super indecisive about a relationship. And part of it is because they're not engaging with the reality of what the relationship is. It's a sense of, well, if they change like this, then I would want to be in it, but not how it is now. I'm not talking about the ebb and flow of relationships, how we go through hard times and there's ups and downs in any relationship in any individual person's life. I'm not saying, oh, my partner's having a hard time, or he got laid off and now he's looking for a job, so I'm going to throw in the towel because I want this thing to change. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about fundamental personality core issues within the dynamic or with that person that you have never actually seen change, or maybe you saw glimmers of in the beginning that kind of went away and shifted, but you are hoping that this person is going to make a fundamental shift of who they are or decisions around their lifestyle or sobriety that they haven't actually shown you that they can or want to make. I feel like there are two big umbrellas of categories that keep people stuck in codependent relationships. And there's a lot of different pieces within each of these, but I just want to talk about a high level picture here. One, in order to stop obsessing about someone else and focusing all of your energy on them, you have to start building a relationship with yourself that is stronger. What are you avoiding in your own life? What healing of your own have you been avoiding? As hard as it is to feel like you are looking outward and constantly trying to control someone else, it gives you an excuse then, or an easy way to avoid your own responsibility, your own life, your own shit. So I would ask, what is it that you feel like is hard for you to look at within yourself? Sometimes there's work that needs to be done. Sometimes it's that you were raised in an environment where you were constantly focused on everybody else, and it doesn't come as your nature to think about yourself, or it feels selfish, or there's other, you were raised by an addict and you have it in you that you're just like in that mode of focusing on others. That's not your fault. But now as an adult, are you uncomfortable with prioritizing yourself or being alone? Is it hard to know what you like or how to spend your time or your hobbies? I'd say in order to start working on this, you can start really small. Just incorporate a little bit more time into your schedule of things you like to do. If you don't know what you like to do, what brings you energy? What do you notice makes you feel a little lighter? Start with going for a walk, picking up a type of book that you know you used to like, or listening to a podcast, walking the dog. I already said walk, but I love taking walks. Putting on your calendar time with friends, putting on your calendar just blocking out 20 minutes in the day. That's just for you. And you can choose in any given day what to do with that. Maybe it's just having a leisurely lunch, but focusing on yourself and building time with yourself and on yourself is going to be really important. Slowly focusing more on yourself. There's also a strategy here that's a mindfulness strategy, shifting your attention away from the other person. Are they going to drink today? Are they applying for jobs? What are they doing? All of that noise is probably your second nature. Start shifting your attention away from that and back towards other things. It can be yourself. It also can be anything that you want to spend your time thinking about. What is your creative project you're working on? What's something that you're excited about? What's a plan that you have in the future that you're planning, a party or, whatever, the things that you like that light you up. You notice your focused on them. You start continuing to bring your attention away from them slowly and back towards yourself and things that you love and enjoy. The other umbrella that I think makes this difficult is accepting another person as they are can feel terrifying. And I don't say that word to be hyperbolic. I know that it feels like if I'm not forcing them to change and focused on this change or focused on them, then they're not going to do it. But to me, it's like, ding, 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 that is just it. If you feel like you are the one who needs to force it to make it happen in someone else's life, you are giving more energy and attention to them and their healing than they are, first of all. Second of all, it is a false illusion that you can control someone else. We can't. It is hard to make changes in our lives, even when we're motivated to do it for ourselves. It is impossible when someone else is carrying all the motivation and energy. The only thing this does is cause resentment and an issue in the dynamic and waste your life, frankly, focused on someone else when they're not focused on themselves. And seriously, months, years, decades can go by doing that. And the issue is that you're not in a place of acceptance with the reality and this person as they are. You are in a false fantasy land of what is going to happen in the future. The other piece is accepting that person as they are feels like it could threaten the relationship because you've probably had this idea that, well, this is going to work because this person's going to change. If you accept that they aren't and accept them as they are, it may feel like, oh God, well, this isn't the relationship I want. And I would just encourage you that you don't have to blow up your life or make some big decision just because you're sinking more into acceptance. But I would argue that being in a place of acceptance and reality allows you to make choices from an empowered, real place because you're engaging with reality as it is. You're not making decisions based on some false sense of what you think the future will be. So, my tips to you to sum it up. 1, start small with focusing on yourself. Put that in your calendar. Bring your attention back to yourself and what you like. Spend time with yourself and doing the things that you like that aren't based on the other person. Starting to let go of that control. 2, start working on accepting the reality of the current situation and the other person as they are, based on their actions, not their words. They could tell you a million different reasons why they're going to change, but if they've been telling you that for months and years and they haven't done anything, it doesn't matter what they say. The behavior and the change is what matters. So accepting the truth, even if the other person is saying all these things and confusing you because their behaviors and their actions aren't matching, working on accepting what is the evidence? What is the evidence of what's happened already in the past? What's the evidence of what's happening now, currently? And operating from that place. Stop going to the bakery and asking for milk. You deserve to have a life that is empowered and that's based on what is true and that's based on your own worth and your own focus on yourself, as opposed to being in a place where you're just focused so much on someone else and what you're hoping they will do. All right, thanks for being here. See you next week. Let me know in the comments what is helpful about this. I know this is a sticky one. It's hard and it's heavy, and we'll keep talking through these different issues of codependence and how to heal from them.